Man, I just hit the go button and I was not ready by any stretch of the imagination. So let's do this. Here we go. This is in other news. Thanks for playing along. I'd love to have you along with me here on this hump day. What a crappy time in pop culture to be named Mike back in those days. That, hump day, Mike, 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 Mike. That Progressive commercial with the camel, crying out loud. That was just the worst. Every Wednesday, I still have a little bit of like little PTSD on now. Yeah. Yes. Mike, 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 Mike. Thanks for playing. We have a lot going on. Let's get to, I'm not even going to play their videos. I'm not going to. I'm not going to play Van Hollen's video. I'm not going to, yes. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you both. Michael Grizz, thank you. I'm not going to play it. Cory Booker, not going to play it. They are taking a field trip to El Salvador. And their field trip to El Salvador is because of a Maryland man. I'm going to throw my hands in political quotes here. A Maryland man has been deported and is in the Supermax prison in El Salvador. Okay? There was a clerical error in the mass deportations. And I mean clerical error. But did not take away from the fact that the man is a member of MS-13. He is here illegally. He had deportation orders back in 2019. Stayed the entire Biden administration here because they weren't deporting anyone. And he gets deported and sent to prison to what country? El Salvador? Does anyone know his country of origin, where he is a citizen? El Salvador. He is a criminal migrant. He was deported and put in jail. The president of El Salvador, which, by the way, I'm having a man crush on. If anybody's not man crushing on this dude, I have no idea how do you not? This dude is all kind of awesome. He said, no, we're not deporting him at all. He's good. He's good right where he's at. We're not moving him. We're not going to smuggle him back into America. No. Maryland Manson. Nice. I like that, Grizz. Well done. Your sister-in-law has been bitching about this. I'm surprised I haven't gotten any comments from my the liberal side of my tribe as well. But here's the deal, though. Again, he had deportation orders. He was ordered to go back to El Salvador in 2019. The court, this is due process. So when the Democrats are saying there's no due process, there was due process. Due process said he needs to go away. Go back whence he came, which is El Salvador. Just happened to be, we put him on a plane with a bunch of criminals that went to the prison that he is now in. Senator Van Hollen and Senator Booker, who are one's already in El Salvador, one's on his way, they are going to demand that they see this man, this idiot. They're going to demand that they see. Demand to check on his conditions and demand his immediate release. Did they forget we have 5 American hostages still with Hamas? Did anyone? Are we still forgetting that? Leaving on a jet plane. Yeah. Yeah. I was saying he came legally via asylum. Doesn't matter. He had deportation order. He's an outstanding deportation order. Period. And then, and by the way, Trump is not going to get rid of birthright citizenship. He's not going to change the Constitution. He's just not going to. But he says it to flex. He says it to point out things like this, where this idiot got married to a sympathetic woman that said, I'm a U.S. citizen, I'll marry you. They won't be able to deport you, and we deport you. What I said about the millions of migrants that have come here and been given work approval, work documents, employment documents, and 5 years from now they have to go to an asylum hearing. How many babies are going to make in that time? And can't be deported. That's why it points out. It points out the problem with one of the several problems with what the Biden administration has done. And okay, I don't care what your political affiliation. I don't. The Biden administration allowed an invasion of this country, welcomed it, flew people in. And at the beginning, they said, oh, it's because of climate change. Climate change, there's no work. They can't farm down there. It's all because of climate change. Got to come up here to the United States. Oh, no, because it's bad hombres. A bunch of corn pops down there. Yeah, oh, no. They got to come up here to the United States. It's unreal. Let's see. I'm sorry. Where is birthright citizenship in the Constitution? I believe it is a prerequisite for several of our elected officials. Prerequisite for being like the president of the United States. I don't know if it is straight up in there. If anyone can show me where separation of church and state is, I'd like to see that too. We have a what was it? The dry foot. What is it? What do they call that? If you foot on land, and if you're born here, I mean, along the way, it became the law of the land. So, guys, help me out with that if you could, Rhonda. If you want to challenge that, I love it. Let me know what's going on. I'd love to be educated on that for sure. But then also somebody get me on church and state. I would love to see that as well, because it's not. It was actually a reply by Benjamin Franklin to a letter written to a newspaper. He replied, there should be a separation of church and state, and that's really where it is, as I understand it. And I could be wrong. The problem is the something do good letters, whatever, from National Treasure. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. The problem is actually the media, once again, not telling the whole story. No, they called a Maryland father. A Maryland father has been deported. Yeah, sorry. Those are our rules. Period. It's like the slappy that was causing a ruckus on all the campuses, and they said, "No, dude, your visa's done. We're revoking it. We're sending you home." You can't do that. The hell we can't. And maybe we can all agree that we can get together and say, when the liberal media says you can't do that, what they're saying is you are going against precedent. You are going against what we have always done. It's not that you can't. It's just that, what the hell, dude? You're supposed to be the president. You can't do that stuff. That hasn't been done before. Okay. Those who were born or naturalized prior to the Constitution, the 14th Amendment gave citizenship to recently freedom slaves. Okay. Keep going, sister. I'm down. I'm gonna keep highlighting it when you bring it to me. So keep it coming along. Okay. Those who were born or naturalized prior to the Constitution. Okay. So after the Constitution, if you're born in the United States, you're not a citizen? And I'm asking sincerely. I'm not challenging you by any stretch. We're all family here. I challenge family. I like to. It's fun. This is fantastic. These are okay. Separation of church and state was Thomas Jefferson. My bad. Thomas Jefferson, and was fantastic. Good. Always keep me on my toes. Fantastic. I thought it was Ben Franklin. I think everything's Ben Franklin, for the love of God. I really do. M and MS is from Maryland. Nice. Maryland State 13. How about that? Maryland State 13. It's like AR stands for automatic rifle. Anywho, no, the more Cory Booker and Senator Dipschnitz, thank you, do this kind of stuff, Van Hollen do this kind of stuff, the longer we stay in power, because this is just absolute. I demand. The president was just here in the United States saying, we are not going to get rid of this guy. This guy is staying in El Salvador. Done. If you were born to a citizen. Exactly. So this Maryland State 13 guy, Mama's is a U.S. citizen. Mama's a U.S. citizen. Yeah. He's not a citizen either. Yeah. Yes. Lynn, we're talking about illegals. Oh, Maryland Saint 13. I like that better. Just so you're all clear, the official name of Boone is Boondog Saint Russell. BOONDOG Saint Russell. If you've seen Boondock Saints, you'll know exactly why he's named Boondock Saint. Anyway, Yes, we are talking about the illegal immigration here. They were talking about this idiot sent to El Salvador. But he had go home orders, guys. So all your lib friends that are fired up by this, especially Grizz, your sister-in-law, just whatever, dude. Yeah. Remember, it's gonna end the world in 12 years. Oh, the global warming. Yeah, that's what the global warming is gonna. We're done in 12. Ah, yes. Nice name for Boone. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. Yes. And in Grizz, I've yet to want to block you from commenting. No. St. Russell, not St. James, which is not his real name, by the way. Ah, Grizz. Grizz just cut me deep. Grizz just brought up I was thinking about a guy, by the way. I was thinking about a guy that I can't stand. I was thinking about a guy that I just hate. I said, there's very few people in this world that I hate more than this human who I was thinking about today. And Bruce St. James was on that list of the ones I actually hate more than that person. Because that was the first name that came up in my head. I'm like, yeah, well, I hate him more. But the El Salvador one, yeah. Dude, that's the thing, Derek. I mean, that's the thing about it. I mean, we can say all we want. It's unconstitutional that you sent that. Oops, our bad. Hey, what say you, El Salvador? You're gonna extradite him for us? No. Okay. All right, moving on. Yeah. So if his mama was a naturalized U.S. citizen, why do you have deportation orders? No. His baby mama. Not his mama, his baby mama. He is not a U.S. citizen by any stretch of the imagination. I was talking about birthright citizenship. Their kids are born to an illegal migrant MS-13 piece of garbage and mom, a citizen. Yeah. Not Boone Tang Saint. Damn it, Brendan. God, between you and Queen Bee, I swear. Just try to jack up every name I love. Yeah. Oh, I know, Grizz. Are you kidding me, brother? Come on. This is all family. Okay, so if you're here illegally and you give birth, or if you're here as a diplomat, you give birth, your child is not supposed to be a U.S. citizen. Then let me ask you this question: why was birth tourism such a big deal? And let's just have this conversation. I love it. Why is birth tourism such a big deal? I'm from Los Angeles, yo. I watch this. There are giant medical facilities that have nothing to do with like state approved medical facilities, like, Children's Hospital of XYZ. They're birthing centers for Chinese nationals and wealthy foreign nationals to come drop a baby that's a citizen. Yeah. So his baby mama's citizen is not correct. Yes, we are surrounded by sickos. Dear God, all of us are. So when you say I'm surrounded by sickos, dude, we are all surrounded by sickos. We're a family here, damn it. We would be the most badass Thanksgiving dinner ever. We really would be. We'd be the most dysfunctional Thanksgiving dinner ever. We get Queen Bee and some libs in there, and oh my God, Lord. Food fight! Yeah. I make really good mashed potatoes. A little bit chunky too, so they got a little bit of weight to them. Mm-hmm. That's what Ron King. Why are we just no. If you want to see me burn a shirt, and the first time I've ever burned a shirt intentionally, it would be that one. Holy mackerel. What an ass clown that guy is. All right. Put him on. Can we talk about the rape and murder victims? Yeah. Dude, I'll talk about that all day. Lynn, I have no problem talking about those that have been raped and murdered by illegal migrants. I have no problem with that at all. I have no problem talking about the 350,000 children that have been trafficked in this nation because of the Biden administration. I have no problem talking about it. None. Ron's not getting shirts. Okay. Thank you, Ron. Appreciate it. But anyway, Senator Von Hollen are on their way down, and they're idiots, and so is Cory Booker. That's the only way they can stay relevant. That's it. They're not even relevant. That's the only way they can get headlines. The only way. Let's get to the Second Amendment, shall we? How has it been that we had a president of the United States, the BSJ casserole, stop. Oh, you guys are killing me. Okay, anyway, how has it been that we have survived 4 years of a president of the United States that said you can't take on the government? The Second Amendment isn't there so you can take on the government. You would need an F-15 and nuclear weapons to do that. You remember Joe Biden saying that. Joe Biden saying that garbage. A direct threat from the president of the United States saying that if you think you should have a gun to take on your government will kill you. It's exactly why we have a Second Amendment, right? So we know that. Okay, so before we jump, okay. Look at the Hatch Act. Yes, I know this. There's some sort of violation of the Hatch Act. I just don't know what it is about this whole exhibition. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would be positive it's a violation of the Hatch Act, which KJP, cringe. Oh God, thank God she's fallen off. Anyway, Cringe Jean-Pierre would say all the time, I can't answer that question. It's a violation of the Hatch Act. The whole election. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I like that one. Anyway, Joe Biden said, your government will kill you. Your government will kill you. You need F-15s. If you don't, we're just going to kill you. Okay. Now, all of a sudden, the libs have a different tune. Joe Walsh, the tyrant that is Donald Trump and the tyrannical behavior he's engaged in now is exactly why our founders insisted upon the Second Amendment. And you know what? Joe Walsh is right to an extent. He is. Yeah. If you have a tyrannical government, which we don't, but if you have a tyrannical government, that's exactly what the founders wanted us to be armed for, to take out that tyrannical government. This is a wonderful turn of events. If we can seize on this and use the liberal outcry for the Second Amendment and a tyrannical government, if we can use this to our advantage and further solidify the Second Amendment, that sounds horrible, doesn't it? We have to solidify a constitutional amendment. Number 2, by the way. It was so important. It was the second in line to being able to speak out against your government. If we can use this nonsense to our advantage, let's do it. Anybody come with me on that? I think you are. That's what we want to do. We want to use these people's stupid tactics for our own benefit. We did have a tyrannical government. You're right, Derek. Absolutely were. Second Amendment. Can own a firearm. I really don't want. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Then you don't have to want a firearm. But you know something, though? The cool thing is, it's really cool if your neighbors do. I'm being serious. Like I'm glad that my neighbors that don't choose to have firearms know that I'm armed to the damn teeth. I love that. I love it. What's up, Rhonda? I am excited that they know that if anything, if they need protection, I can offer that to them, or I can hand them a firearm. That's comforting. Yeah, that's all. Look at the horseshoe theory of government. Oh no, Alfred, you're going to get me going down a rabbit hole. Listen, buddy, y'all know I'm taking 2 days off. These 2 days are. What's up, Katie Bug? These 2 days are to get Mike's life in order. So don't send me down a rabbit hole of horseshoe theory of government, my man. I can't. Anyway, let's get to something local, because our state government's on the take. Just our state board or elected officials, they're all on the damn take. It's absolutely absurd what we are seeing. Check this out. And again, I will sing the praises of Lori Roberts, because Lori Roberts is Lori Roberts. Lori Roberts to me is and her head would explode if she heard me say this. She's a Trump-esque character only in the way of. She didn't change at all. Lori's Lori. Lori Roberts, local journalist here in Arizona. Lori doesn't change. She's snarky. She's funny. She's informed. I don't agree with her takes on a lot of things, but that's cool. We've had cool conversations on the think tank over at KTR. We had a great time. So here we go. How about Lori exposing this? Arizona House gives a middle finger to Scottsdale voters and their rights. It's fitting if voters' constitutional rights are stripping away to a company formerly known as Taser International, because this vote is stunning. You ask why I love her. You ask why I love her. There's your answer right there. Because this vote is stunning. Oh, my God, I love it. All right, let's get to it. The rezoning was hastily approved in November by lame duck Scottsdale City Council, all on the take, that just days before had been tossed out by who? Who? Voters. Yeah. So this nonsensical, what's happening is there's a 2,000 or 20, there are more than 20, okay, more than 25,000 residents signed petitions demanding that city voters get the final word as the state constitution allows. So Axon, that's the evil empire here, hired a platoon of lobbyists to convince the legislature that economic development in the state will make like a tumbleweed and bounce away unless the company, that's why I love her, the company is allowed to build 1,900 apartments and condos. Yeah, and this is the story of it all through the Gazette, and it really is two Scottsdale representatives that are actually fighting to make this happen for the citizens. And here's why. People are like, well, why? Who? It's progress, Mike. Why can't we do that? Let me give you the tale of my town. Georgia Lord, God rest her soul, former mayor of G-Town, Goodyear, where I live. She approved, in the Goodyear Town City Council, approved more damn apartment complexes than we could ever fill. It is absolutely obnoxious and absurd driving around my town and seeing and I mean ugliest. God, some of these things look like they belong in Miami Beach, and it's just some of the ugliest. I can't even get to it. I would rather look at those Black Rock developments with those little tiny homes. I'd rather see that than what I'm seeing in my town, because these elected officials are all on the take by big companies that want to come in and build these apartments. They approve everything because they're getting their pockets lined. And I'm not being an ass. I'm really not. But I will tell you this, that the more apartments you have in your town, the lower your property value is. Period. The highest home value and per capita income in the state of, let's put it this way, in Southern California is what town? Does anyone know? Think about that. Think of Southern California. What's got the most dough and the highest income and the highest property value per capita? Who? Anyone? Yorba Linda, California. Why is Yorba Linda, California so rich? Not one apartment complex. Not one. Nope. Section 8, you're right, Alfred. I mean, hell yeah. These apartments, I mean, it's obnoxious. They're 4 or 5 stories high. It's absurd. I was driving around my old hood, kind of West G-Town, the other night. I got lost. I was like, I don't even know where I am. I have no visual markers because of all of these giant buildings of apartments around me. I don't even know which way is up. But good job, Lori Roberts, taking on the fight. Here's the deal, though. Nobody cared when Goodyear was doing it. Nobody gave a rat's ass. No one cared. We fought it tooth and nail. Showing up to council meetings, all that. Nobody wanted that. Doesn't matter. Oh, it happens in Scottsdale. Okay, which is fine. Which is good. It's kind of like rich city privilege, right? It's kind of like cute white girl privilege. Nobody cares about a black girl or Asian girl or somebody that goes missing, or Hispanic girl that goes missing. Nobody cares about that. Cute white girl, Gabby Petito, goes missing. Holy hell. Nationwide news. Same thing. Oh, you screw with Scottsdale. Well, now we're going to get involved. Now we're going to get involved. But they'll all do it. All these corporations are going to come in, build more apartments, build. Yeah. Thank you to Lori Roberts for bringing that to everyone's attention. Hopefully she stays on the gas, which she will, because she is who she is. All right. Let's see. We got El Salvador. Oh, speaking of politicians on the take, I did see Senator Warren. I saw Senator Sanders, Senator Booker, all talking within the last week about how big pharma can't buy us. Big companies can't buy us. Really? What do you think about this? Bernie Sanders, between 1990 and 2024, has taken $23 million from the pharmaceutical industry. Raphael Warnock he hasn't even had time to get his feet wet compared to Bernie Sanders, $14 million. Liz Warren, 10.5. The numbers don't lie, guys. And please show this to anyone that says, oh, no. Elizabeth Warren, I saw Elizabeth Warren. She's taking on the pharmaceutical industry. Bernie Sanders is taking on the pharmaceutical. No, they're not. They will give you the impression that they are. But there's no way. And I agree with that, Ron. Yeah. Yeah, just let us know your sponsors. And it's funny, too, because they're talking, which they might have a point when they're talking about dark money. They're talking about dark money. Oh, we got to get dark money out of politics. Well, this isn't dark money. This is right in front of your face. They just get to lie to you about it thanks to the repealing of the Smith-Mundt Act. They get to do that. Well, happy birthday to Luke, Katie. Luke, happy birthday, Luke. Why is everybody born around the same time I am? Having a little get together on Friday, and then Saturday, absolutely nothing, and then Sunday, Easter. So that's what we're doing, Katie Bug. Everybody, Katie, everybody. There, everybody. And Lucas, her man. I saw you sent me a video, sweetie. I didn't look at it yet. I've been going burning both ends right now, but we're getting everything ready for the weekend. And then I'm going to have a soup pie next week. So everything's going crazy. Anyway, back to the program. Let's do this. Big pharma spending. We know better. That's fine. Scottsdale Apartments. We got that. And and I got the tweet. There we go. How about gay croissants? Do you guys want to talk about gay croissants? I don't know. Croissants can't be gay, but they're fantastic with butter and God, do I love a croissant. They're great for sandwiches. I love a croissant. Croissants are fantastic. But when it is, okay, Katie here. Brendan said this. I'm sorry, hold up. Getting fitted for his new walker. One of the funniest things that happened to me is intern Sarah had knee surgery. Yeah, knee surgery. And she had knee surgery, so I borrowed a walker from a friend just to get her moving around. And I was taking that walker to a friend, but I had to take my truck into the shop. And when they opened the back door of the truck, some shotgun shells fell out. And it said, "Oh yeah, Mike's a hunter." And then they pull out the walker and they said, "What is Mike hunting?" So they sent me that thinking that they were clever and funny. I said, "They don't call it snowbird season for a reason." Woo-hoo-hoo! There we go. Yes. Food's gay now. Oh, wait, buddy. Don't you wait. Lynn, don't just wait till what you're about to see. Yeah, it'll hit me. All right. Don't forget the tennis balls. Oh yeah. See, you guys are killing me. All right. This social media idiot that is a man dressed as a woman that goes to several restaurants and films himself getting misgendered and throws a little piss fit about it. So you know this. But this is kind of over the top. Go ahead.
Women aren't women, then is this big croissant not a croissant?
Okay, I think we're I don't know. Does the croissant have a penis? If the croissant has a penis, then no, it's not a one. The croissant, no.
Of course it's a croissant. It's made out of butter and dough, just like any other croissant.
And guess what, sweetie? You're made out of XY. Isn't that cute? Not butter and dough. You're made out of XY.
Oh, but there are biological differences. This croissant was born different. I'm not saying that there isn't a cosmetic difference between this croissant and this croissant, but they are both inarguably still croissants. Oh, but they're invading our bakeries and trying to brainwash our kids.
Yeah, but if you smush it up, roll it into a circle, cut it in half, and put cream cheese in the middle, it's still not a bagel. You nerd.
But how? By teaching your kids there's more than one way to be a croissant? If anything, the existence of big and small croissants shows our kids
size doesn't matter. Whatever.
How wonderful and diverse the world of pastries can be. Next thing you know, you're going to start demanding that big croissants use separate cafes and identify as scones. So before I demolish this delicious and very valid pastry...
No, you're demolishing the validity of women. That's what you're demolishing, bro. You're demolishing the validity of women. Katie Bug is one of my, you guys just met her. Katie is one of my favorite high school and collegiate athletes. She knows damn well that if the boys show up, that's an unfair advantage. We know this. So, yes, anyway. I think intern Nuge just showed up.
Repeat after me. Big croissants don't affect me in the slightest.
Okay, there's lots of jokes there. Grizz, you want to take that one, champ? Grizz, you got this one? I'm going to repeat it for you here, buddy.
Repeat after me. Big croissants don't affect me in the slightest. If
Go ahead, buddy. Tee it up. It's my Friday, champ. Go crazy.
anything, it's pretty cool that they exist. Maybe one day I'll be lucky enough to find a big croissant and order
Okay, I don't know why he keeps teeing this up. He keeps teeing this up for us.
it and dunk it in hot chocolate. Okay, my metaphor is falling.
See? Grizz, where are you? I'm starting to sweat. How would you... No, it's not parody, Truman. This dude literally dresses a woman and goes to restaurants to piss people off.
But you get it. All right, here we go. Oh, God. It's as big as my head. It's so flaky. I'm covered in flakes.
I can't right now. I'm covered in flakes. Where are you? Where are you, Grizz? Where are you, Grizz? Oh, buddy, then get to typing, champ. Dude, I'm going to get you a Mavis Beacon class just so you can keep up with this stuff. Oh. Look at this. This guy is every kind of, oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. See, he broke the metaphor of the Hershey.
That I have hot chocolate over my face. That's incredible.
I'm going to dunk it in chocolate. This is incredible. I'm a woman. Everybody needs to know I'm a woman. Oh, okay. The croissant analogy is, I'm actually, I don't even know if I'm mad at it. I don't know if I'm mad at it. Holy crap. That was fantastic. Oh, wow. Yeah, woman compared to a pastry, right? Oh, I mean, you go to a Georgia O'Keeffe painting, it's a whole different ballgame. Mm-hmm. I knew someone would catch my Mavis Beacon reference. Breathe. I can't, bro. That's too funny. Okay, let's just stay on the trends. Let's talk about dudes trying to be chicks. Here we go.
About all this. It's very easy to fight back on trans issues. The science is on our side. Every credible medical organization is...
Okay, every credible medical organization. So understand this dude right here. This dude puts his hair back and puts lipstick on. And puts earrings on. And wears chick clothes. And says every reputable medical organization, reputable. What does reputable mean? Reputable means you agree with me in the liberal world. It's reputable only if they agree with you.
Come out and endorse gender affirming care and said that the trans military ban is ridiculous and unnecessary.
Charlotte. I'm sure his name was Charles. I'm positive his name was Charles. Charlotte's Web. Oh, good Lord. He's got a Substack.
They've said that trans women...
It does look like Georgia McFly. Colin. No way, dude. Look at that. It does. McFly. Hello. He looks just like George McFly.
And is ridiculous and unnecessary. They've said that trans women should be housed in women's prisons.
Correct, because they're women. Stop saying trans women. Saying men that are trans. Fine. Say men that are trans. That's cool. I'll go with that. Can you guys come with me on this one? Men that are trans. Stop saying trans women because you're not a woman. Period. In the story. And no, you should not be housed in women's prisons. By the way, don't commit a crime then, you bozo.
I mean, these are all policies that make sense if you're willing to fight back.
Go ahead and fight back then. Go ahead and fight back. Attack on transgender community. Okay. That's actually a fight I'm willing to take up. Just like yesterday when I talked about this generational trauma BS. Like I'm willing to fight that fight. I will fight that fight all the day. I will fight this transgender thing all the day long. Again, if you want to say a man that is trans, too, cool. But to call a man a trans woman, that's intentional. That's intentional to condition us. Yes. Truly a woman. Why exactly? If you're truly, that's a good point. If you're a woman, then why do you have to say trans woman? Why should you say woman? And if having a certain naughty bits don't make you a man or a female, how does changing them make you the other? Every reputable medical organization can say my dog has 5 legs. That's right. Doesn't change the fact. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I'm glad you said her and the talked about the tail and another appendage. I'm like, Boone, put your lipstick away. My Boone dog, Saint Russell. Yes. All right. I'm glad you guys are playing along. What is he? Hold on. Boone showed up. Okay. He's eating a bone. When he shows up in my studio and I hear this crunching sound, I'm like, oh yes, not okay. All right. Anyway, yeah, this is just it's all stupidity. So let's speaking of let's just stay on stupidity, shall we? Let's stay on the trans thing real quick. Let's go. Here we go.
Goodness gracious, it's an honor to be here to stand
girl?
beside,
And
of course, Secretary
girl?
McMahon, Attorney General Bondi, these amazingly brave athletes, Representative Libby.
And not hard to look at.
But truthfully, I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated that we have to be here, that we as women have to stand before you all on national television demanding equal opportunities, demanding privacy in areas of undressing, demanding safety in our sports. Amazing to me that we are still here fighting this fight, that the Democratic Party has really doubled down, tripled down, quadrupled down on their ridiculous stance, but that's exactly what they've done. Let me tell you what sports has done in my life. Of course, in terms of athletic achievement, I very proudly finished my career as a 12-time NCAA All-American, a 5-time SEC champion, actually the SEC record holder in the 200 butterfly, making me one of the fastest Americans of all time, a 2-time Olympic trial qualifier, SEC Scholar Athlete of the Year, SEC Community Service Leader of the Year.
Blah, blah, blah.
The list goes on, but again, just to really reiterate, it's a lifelong journey.
Yes,
it's how I met my husband. It's what gave me my lifelong friends. It taught me how to be a leader. It taught me how to set goals and work to achieve those. Their big bows in their hair that they wear on the soccer field. That visual means more to me than I could possibly protect
about yourself.
my
We're going to
athlete.
fast forward. Sorry, guys.
Why wouldn't anyone protect my daughter? Why wouldn't anyone protect me? I've talked to girls who have lost roster spots, of course, podium finishes. I've talked to girls who have been exploited and simultaneously exposed to naked men in intimate areas of undressing. I've talked to girls who have been severely injured in their sports due to a male player on the opposing team. For crying out loud, we have a female representative from Maine, Laurel Libby. You just heard from her. She didn't tell you what happened to her. She lost her ability to vote and to speak on the House floor for defending girls and women, for posting about what was happening in Maine. No, this type of oppression didn't happen in Afghanistan. No, this type of censorship didn't happen in England. It happened right here in America under.
That's right. And of course, under the Biden administration, under Democrat rule. Yeah, exactly. Didn't the space flight this weekend, didn't the space flight with the millionaire chicks, didn't that fix everything? No. Okay. I have more to say about that space flight, by the way. It's not space flight. Jesus. I thought the best thing I've heard on that space flight was the was every one of those women spent more time in hair and makeup than they did in the entire flight. The truth. All trying to look all Charlie's Angels, and it's embarrassing. Speaking of embarrassing, do you remember Kathy Griffith? Remember her? Used to be a comedian and then held the bloody Trump head up and then got this. The use of plastic surgery and filters in one video. I don't even care what she's. I have no idea what she's saying in this. I'm just offended by her using the filters and the plastic surgery like this. This is absurd. At least she looks like a Disney cartoon.
Oh, I know I'm going to get in trouble for this one, so here goes. I can't imagine that either.
God, I mean, am I wrong in this? Look at this. My first thought is a horse walks into a bar. What in the hell? Oh, she's talking about Elon Musk. Okay, all right. Oh, good Lord. Blossom and okay, yeah, we'll get about that. Yeah, we'll get back to it. Hold on, Rhonda. We'll come right back to it.
Either Elon Musk or Donald Trump has ever had sex that was consensual on the part of the woman or sex that they did not have to pay for.
Okay, and you're upset because neither of them would pay for or get paid to have relations with this.
Pay money for or gifts. Ever. Have a great day.
Really? That's your hot take? God, no wonder why you're just a joke. You're a laughingstock. And by the way, Truman, Carrot Top's better looking than her. Carrot Top is better looking. There's men that will hook up with Carrot Top before they hook up with Kathy. What's her name? Yeah. All right, dear. Hold on a second, Rhonda. You had something to say here. Here we go. Staying on topic. When do we ever do that? If you go look up a trans activist named Blossom, like the TV show, that guy is more insufferable than the guy from the restaurant videos. I don't know. I don't know. Why? Okay, now I'm going to have to Google this. Hold on. I'm just going to put Trans Blossom. Trans Blossom. Dibs on the band name. Trans Blossom. All right. Coach Blossom C. Oh. Blossom C. Brown. Is that who I'm looking at here? The Life of Blossom. Let's see, go to images here. Is it a black dude trying to be a chick? Is that am I looking at the right one? It's a scary looking dude. Is that the right one? Yeah. Carrot Top is more entertaining. That's true. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, Chihuahua. That's insulting Chihuahuas, Grizz. Yes, he does a better job as makeup. Yes. Yeah, black trans woman. Okay, that's not a black trans woman. That's a black trans man. I'm done. I'm done saying trans woman. You are a man. You are a man that dresses as a woman. You're a trans woman. You're a transvestite. That's what trans is. You just can't say vestite anymore because it sounds like a vampire. At least in my world, it does. Let's see here. Okay, we got that's a trans person. Okay, can we I'm gonna in the program today. And by the way, I do want you to tune in both shows tomorrow. I'm gonna play both times. I'm gonna play my man Jeff Simpson from Barbecue Mission. Just a cool dude, and just somebody that you'll see him and you go like, okay, I can hang with that guy. I hunted with that guy. He's a fantastic shot. I went dove hunting with him. Yeah. Quoting that guy who always starts everything with as a black trans woman. Yeah, good Lord. It's like, who is that insufferable? I can say it. Who is that insufferable witch that was in Wicked? I can say witch because she played a witch. Doesn't that make sense? Yeah. I can't get in trouble for that. Oh, you're black, bald, and you're gay? That means you're the most important person in the room. That means your opinion means more than anyone. More than else. I'm agreeing with Whoopi Goldberg. 100% agreeing with Whoopi Goldberg. And I'm not talking about a quote from Sister Act. I'm not talking about a quote from Jumpin' Jack Flash. Or was Jumpin' Jack Flash a song in Sister Act? Was she in more than one movie? I think she was in Ghost, wasn't she? Yeah. Anyway, Ted Danson married her. What the? Yeah. Anyway, I agree with her that she should leave the country. Nice, Truman. Yes. This is what I agree with. And that's a man, baby. She's a man. All right. I agree with Whoopi Goldberg because she actually gets this whole. She's trying to bash on Donald Trump. What she's doing is exposing exactly what DJT wants to do.
We have to always do, regardless of who you voted for. You still got to pay your rent. You still got to take care of your kids. You still got to take care of your business. And maybe some of what's happening, like, they're trying to take apart the Department of Education.
Yes.
Maybe that is a good thing because maybe it will force us to make sure that our kids actually get what they need.
Ding.
Maybe it'll force us to go to our state and say,
Sonny Hostin's head is going to explode. Look at this. Hold on. Look at her. Look at her. She is seriously putting a witch's hex on Whoopi Goldberg right now. She is trying to get the hell out of there. And this Ferrara chick, this turncoat, she's like, I don't think I'm supposed to agree with her right now.
Force us to go to our state and say, listen, I want to make sure, since you're taking all this money from my taxes, I want to make sure that my kids get exactly what they need. I don't have to wait for the government to do it. We can do it. This is now in our hands.
There you go.
This is in our hands, and it's going to be tough, and nobody wants to do it because it's a bitch. But you know what? If it comes down to your survival, this is what you got to do. You got to take care of what you got to take care of.
Get it, girl.
And they're telling me that we're going to be right back.
God, they had to cut to commercial. They had to cut to commercial. The hell are you doing agreeing with Donald Trump? What did Michelle Pfeiffer say in Batman when she was Catwoman? Life's a bitch, but so am I. Ah! God, Michelle Pfeiffer was fantastic. Michelle Pfeiffer did all her own whip work in that. Not kidding. Talk about 50 Shades of Grey. Sweet baby Jesus. Yeah, she did all her own whip work in that. She said, I want it to be authentic. I want to learn how to do it. Michelle Pfeiffer, that white gold, if you know what I'm saying. All right, yeah, great, yeah. Getting rid of the department is a great argument because, and understand this, 90% of the stuff goes to the states anyway. Liz, the states are already funded. If the Department of Education goes away, that 10% just goes to the states. The states actually get a 10% bump. States like California will exploit it and give it to migrants, but it doesn't really matter. States like Arizona, I hope, cannot screw it up and actually figure out what to do with it. Yeah. Queen Bee use it. No. I don't need to have Queen Bee learn how to use a whip on me. No. She is basically a whip expert with the towels. When you do the whole, like, what do you call those things? The rat tail, right? You roll it up and you smack somebody with it. Yeah. First time she met intern Nuge, my son. She said, she's like, oh, Joe, come on, try this. And she's known him since he was, this high, because he was a substitute teacher. I know. That's why we all call her HST, hot science teacher. Anyway, so she whipped it, smack. She's like, I'm going to try this on you, John. He's like, no, don't do it. He's like, okay, do it right here on my leg, right here on my leg. And right when she did it, he put his hand down to block it. It hit his hand perfectly and started bleeding. She is a marksman with it. She's a sniper with a towel like that. Yeah. California. All right, y'all, here's the program. You guys know this. I'm turning old this weekend. I'm going to spend 2 days of getting my life together, and I have some programming for you. It's okay. I do have some programming for you. And we will play tomorrow and play on Friday, and I will be back on Sunday. Appreciate the birthday wishes. Thanks, Brendan. Appreciate that. And I'm actually going to see Rob for the first time in a damn hot minute. So I'm pretty excited about that. Love you guys. Appreciate you, all of you. And thank you guys for making this the show that it is. And thank you. Please like it. And tune in tomorrow and play along as we normally do and keep this thing going. Thank you guys.